Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today we're going to begin a look at three beers from a relatively new brewery called Nomcraft Brewing. And this is a brewery that's located in Arita-gun, Wakayama, so a rural area of a prefecture that's largely rural. And this is in the central part of Japan. It's called the Ki Peninsula, and Wakayama is one of the two prefectures that stretch down there. The other one is Mieken. And so Wakayama is not well known for craft beer. The only other main one I know is Nagisa, which is located near Wakayama, Shirahama Beach in Wakayama. And I'm not exactly sure what Arita-gun is. They began in 2018, I believe. Their first beers came out in 2019, and they were founded by three people, two Americans, one from Chicago, one from Portland, Oregon, and one Japanese man who apparently had a connection with Portland and somehow connected with them and decided to study brewing as well. They are also connected with something called the Aritagawa 2040 project, which is kind of a revitalization project to help build up rural areas. They apparently realized that in this area around where the brewery is, by 2040 there would be one working person to one elderly or retired person. And so they're trying to revitalize the area. They have the project has a small business incubator, and so where they're located, the brewery is actually located apparently in an abandoned nursery school. There's a bakery and a brewery, and they're trying to redesign the area. You can go online and see it. It's a very nicely designed project. But what they realized is that by 2040, 80% of the population of this prefecture would be in that situation, with one working person to one retired person. So in other words, the tax base is going to shrink, and there will be a burden on people who are working and paying taxes to support elderly people. So the brewers tout the water in their area, coming from Koyasan, apparently. And on Rate Beer, they have 17 beers listed, and on Untapped, in an unusual kind of thing, only 14. Usually Untapped has uncovered every beer that a brewery makes, and apparently they haven't gotten quite there with Nomcraft. And on Untapped, though, these 14 beers have a rather high average, 3.73 out of 5, which is pretty good. I have not had a lot of experience with them. I did see them at a couple of festivals in the last couple of years, but I really haven't had many beers from them, and we're going to look at three in this series. So let's get started, shall we? And now here is a look at another beer from Nomcraft Brewing in Wakayama, and this one is called Nomcraft IPA. Very simple, straightforward. It's an American IPA, and it has 6.1% alcohol by volume and 77 international bittering units. Pretty high for that. This cost me 546 yen at the place I bought it, which is about $5 US. Rate Beer, it's not quite clear if this is listed on Rate Beer or not. I don't think it is. And on Untapped, it has 143 ratings, and the average is 3.75, and that's pretty high. So, an American IPA from Nomcraft Brewing. Let's give this one a go. It is a somewhat hazy, medium gold straw color. Okay, with like a half a finger of somewhat filmy head. Carbonation not readily apparent here. Let's put it through the light and see what we get. Okay. Well, the aroma, yes, definitely. You can smell some weedy, grassy hops in that for sure. Kind of rough. On the point of stinky, danky kind of hoppiness. That's the primary aroma note. There is perhaps some light, medium roasty caramel behind it, but hops are the main aroma point. Okay. It does have a nice blended, balanced sort of note from the get-go. Right away we get good maltiness, some decent hops. It kind of blends together rather well into a mildly fruity, sort of grassy and tropical fruity sort of note in the mid-palate. The bitterness sort of picks up here. It's not as bitter as I would expect from 77 IBU, but it is all blended very well. An American IPA, they call it, and I concur for sure. Except for the tropical note, I would say this is kind of like an old school sort of IPA. Does not really jump out at you, but it's got the flavors. And at 6.1 alcohol, there's some body behind this for sure. Yeah. So it's a interesting beer. I think this is the best one I've had from them so far, the best of the beers I've had from Nomcraft, and yeah, you may want to give this one a go. So again, it's called Nomcraft IPA, 6.1%, 77 international bittering units, though you don't really get it that much. So give it a try and tell me what you think. And please do subscribe to the channel. We'll be looking at more Japanese craft beers. This is it. Today is the last of the Nomcraft we're going to look at, and we'll look at a few different breweries next time. But I hope you will come along with me, and let's explore many more types of beer in Japan. I'll be looking at not only craft beer, but also beers from the Japanese majors, because they do make very good beer overall, especially their basic lagers are by far superior to what the major breweries make in many countries, especially America. And also beers from around the world as well. So please do subscribe and leave me a comment. Tell me if you've had Nomcraft beers. Tell me what you think. Okay. All right. That's it for today. Take care. Bye bye.